coming to you today from Paso Robles, California. Wanted to drop in and talk to you a little bit about malas. What are they and how can you use them? Why are they so amazing? So a lot of you probably already know about my super exciting collaborative collection coming up February 3rd with Baraka malas. So Sabrina and I have come together bringing both of our creative expertise to create these beautiful malas for you using my wire wrapped pendant and her mala bead technique. And so together we're creating for you guys an extra powerful meditation and healing tool. So probably some of you guys already know all of the things about malas, use them all the time, and that's why you're excited about this collection. But I wanted to take this time for those of you who may not be as familiar with malas and how they're used in meditation to give you a little 101 so that you would know how you can start using malas just like I've been these past several months and incorporate them into your life and your mindfulness practice. So a mala, which you see me wearing here, is a spiritual tool that has been used for thousands of years for meditation practices. Now, over the years, it has come into many cultures and many mindfulness practices, as well as the original spiritual purpose for it. So many people are using malas, but while I think intuition is important, having that background on how did they come to be used, what are maybe some of the proper ways to use them, and then incorporating that into your own style is really helpful. So you see here I'm wearing a mala. And one way to use a mala is just to wear it as you would my other crystal jewelry to get that crystal healing energy. Another way to use a mala would be in meditation. So a mala comes on a long strand with a number of beads, usually 108 beads, with a bead here on the end, and then a tassel. So this larger bead right at the center is called the guru bead, which is where you will start and end each practice. The tassel is not just for beauty, although of course it is beautiful, but it's to spread that energy down across your heart chakra and out through your body. So we have 108 beads. They can be beads of different kinds. Here we're incorporating wood beads as well as crystal beads on both of these necklaces. The type of meditation that uses a mala is called Japa meditation or mantra meditation. And this form of meditation is using a mantra repeated in order to focus, calm, and quiet the mind. So you're taking a mantra and saying it over and over and over again to help you get into that focused meditative state. When doing japa or mantra meditation, you can repeat your mantra either silently to yourself or out loud. These are two different styles used in different practices. Either one that you feel is right for you is totally fine. Then as you choose a mantra, you can choose either a power word, something like love or inspiration, something like that, just a single word that will help you to get into that energy. Or you can use a positive affirmation, which you guys know I love to use and I create for every single piece of jewelry. You can also use a more traditional mantra, which is usually in Sanskrit. If you're interested in the very traditional japa meditation style, there's so many wonderful resources online that you can find. Maybe I'll link a few below. I am not an expert on that, and I would not like to pretend to be. I come from a more mindfulness meditation practice, but that traditional spiritual practice is beautiful as well. So using those traditional mantras within that traditional japa meditation can be very powerful. But if you're interested in the more Western mindfulness meditation, using just a word or a positive affirmation is wonderful too. Even if you're using a mala for a more Western mindfulness practice, I do think it's really wonderful and powerful to understand where the tradition comes from, why it's used in a certain way, and be able to choose for yourself how you want to use it, having that knowledge. So when using a mala bead, it is traditionally kept in a bag so that it is kept safe, kept away from your other jewelry, kept in a more sacred space. So I've kept the bag that my Baraka mala came in, and that's what I use to take care of my mala. And the other thing that is traditional is to keep your mala away from the ground. So when you're meditating, to keep it close to your heart or on your knee where it's not touching the ground, because it is a sacred object, keeping it clean and above the dirt and grime that's on the ground. So as you sit down to start your meditation and you have your mantra ready to go, you've chosen that, you're going to start with the mala on your third finger, your middle finger, right above the guru bead. And every time that you say your mantra, you're going to move the mala bead, the mala one at a time, repeating your mantra 108 times until you get around to the other side of your mala. So there is a reason why traditionally you would hold the mala on your middle finger as opposed to having it on your index finger, and you actually hold your index finger away as you do this. That's because the energy, each finger is connected with an energy as it flows through your body. Each one of them relates to one of the 5 elements. So your pointer finger or your first finger is related to fire and related to the ego. So if you were to be touching your mala with this forefinger, then you're said to be burning out the energy of the mala with that fire energy, the ego energy of your finger. And because when we're in meditation, we're detaching from the world, we're calming our mind, we're connecting as one with the universe. So using your ego there doesn't make much sense. So you keep the mala beads on your third finger, which is the space element, the ether element, and then using your thumb to move it, keeping your pointer finger out and away from the energy. As you use your mala, your energy is melding with the natural energy of the crystals, of the beads, and is continuing to grow in power. So your calm, mindful energy, that energy that you're in when you're in meditation, is being added to the beads so that each time you sit down, you have more of that meditation energy ready to go for you to help you get into that space, which is just absolutely wonderful. So as we use our mala, repeating silently or out loud your mantra, and it could be something like love, 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 one word at a time, or a longer mantra, a positive affirmation. I am open to giving and receiving love. I am open to giving and receiving love. Whatever you feel for this moment in your life is the most appropriate. You will go around your mala 108 times and then end up at your guru bead. Now, again, traditionally, you don't just cross over that bead and continue along your way, making big circles with your mala. You switch the mala around and go back in the direction you came. So that what you're actually doing is 108, 108, in a more swinging motion, not a continuous circle. Respecting this guru bead, this central bead, which represents your highest self, higher power. So in order to skip that bead and go back in the other direction, we do a little sleight of hand. Using your thumb, and then putting your middle finger back under. So this way now, when we go this way, we're actually going backwards. So it's actually, when you think about it, fairly simple. You're repeating a mantra, repeating a word or phrase over and over, which helps to calm and focus your mind. As we know, when we sit to meditate, these hidden thoughts, these little ideas come through our mind and can distract us from the meditation process. And the mantra allows you to continue to focus, to continue to stay clear, to continue to stay open to inspiration and connection. So as we go around, it's a great, great method for keeping you focused and giving you a specific amount of time so that you're not thinking, well, how long am I going to meditate? There's no thought of that. It's just, I'll meditate until I get to the end of my mala. If you reach the end and you feel very in that space and like you want to spend some more time in meditation, switch it around as I showed you and then continue on. Your mantra is something that you can choose. And also which mala you use is something you can choose. These are my 2 malas that I got from Sabrina at Baraka Malas, and I had her create them specifically for me for different purposes. So this one that you see me wearing is amethyst and moonstone and sandalwood. And these crystals are for inspiration, crown chakra connection, higher thought, creative inspiration, so focus, clarity. So this is a kind of a traditional meditation combination. I reached out to her again to make another mala for me, and I wanted one that was more for grounding, calming through grounding, releasing negativity, feeling strength and stability. So on this one, the crystals we have are red tiger eye and garnet, which are both fantastic for your lower chakras, for your root chakra especially. And you'll notice here we have a red tassel representative of the root chakra, and here we have the white tassel representative of the crown chakra. So as you're deciding what mala is right for you, definitely consider the crystal property and feel free to reach out to me or reach out to Sabrina and ask. You can even say, this is what I'm working through in life currently, and which mala do you think would be right for me, which crystal combination. Y'all know I love to do that, to do custom orders and to help you guys pick out jewelry. So choose whichever mala is going to be right for this moment in your life. You may use the same one for years and years and years. You may have a few like I do for different purposes, but they are a very beautiful object which will last years and years and years. Many people will then bequeath them to their children or to loved ones so that they continue to have your energy, that wonderful meditative energy, carrying down through the generations. So one reason I wanted to bring you this video today on February 1st is because I'm challenging myself every day this month to meditate for at least 5 minutes. That's something I used to do all the time, for more minutes than that, but now that we're traveling, I've discovered a lot of my rituals that I would do on a daily basis in Brooklyn are so much harder to do with the kind of scatterbrainedness of the travel lifestyle. So this year I'm encouraging myself to take one of those practices that I love so much each month and delve deep into it and make sure that I'm giving time to that every day so that I can now share with you guys what benefits I'm seeing from returning to a daily practice, in this case with meditation, and I'll have a video for you at the end of the month. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so that you'll get the notification when my next videos come up. If you have any questions about this video, about malas, about crystal combinations, need more clarification from me, or if you have a question for Sabrina, then you can write her name and I will let her know, and she or I will answer the questions appropriately for you guys. I hope that that helps you. I hope that makes you as excited as I am about this collaboration. If you're loving these combinations, loving what we're creating together, definitely put that in the comments below. If you guys are excited about this and loving it, then we will continue to do these collaborations. I'm just delighted with how they're turning out. They're some of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and I can't wait for them to get into your hands and for you to use them in your own mindfulness practice. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting, and I hope you have a fantastic, fantastic February. Much love.